It is not lost on me that my walls are beige, my chair is gray beige, and my sweater is also gray beige. It wasn't planned, but it happened this way. So we're gonna roll with it and film this video. Hi, welcome. I'm Faith. I'm documenting my experience living in Japan. Two exciting things happened to me this January. First, I finally got my Japanese driver's license. However, we will talk about that saga at a later date. The second exciting thing that happened to me this January was I got to go on a cultural tour. We got to make pottery and we got to do a sake brewery tour. So let's start at the beginning of the month. I went to Tokyo twice for driving lessons for my driving exam. While I was there, I went to Krispy Kreme Donuts by Tokyo Station. This year is the year of the dragon for the Chinese zodiac, so Krispy Kreme had adorable dragon donuts, which I just had to get. I got 3 donuts. The glazed donut was, of course, classic and delicious. The cute dragon donut was cream filled. I would definitely recommend. The chocolate frosted with sprinkles was a sugar overload. The frosting was too straight out of the cocoa powder tub for me, and the sprinkles were pretty, but they don't actually taste that good. On the second day of my driving lessons, I hit up the local Starbucks to try the Hojicha Frap. It was so good and definitely one of my top picks.
The Hojicha Frap combines Hojicha, or roasted green tea, and mochito, which is soft mochi. In the drink, the soft mochi reminded me of marshmallow fluff in texture. It also had white chocolate dust on top of the whipped cream.
The drink gave strong Teddy Graham vibes, and I was here for it. Trekking to Tokyo paid off because in early January, I took my driver's test and I passed it. So now I can drive the car that I bought in June. One Sunday in the middle of January, I went on the cultural tour for ALTs and CIRs living in Ibaraki. The tour was put on
By the Kanto Shinetsu Regional Taxation Bureau and, of course, Ibaraki Prefecture.
It was a way for us to learn more about the history and culture of Ibaraki. It rained all day and kind of gave a really cool, relaxing feel to the day. Our first stop was making pottery in the pottery powerhouse city of Kasuma.
一番下を5ミリくらいまで整えると粘土が上へと逃げていってる状態になりますね。この厚みが
It's the thickness. We were taught the Kyoto traditional method of making clay cups. So you pat the clay into a ball and then make a hole with your thumb, and then you just pinch up on the sides until you get it like the desired length. I pinched for like 40 minutes. My hands were so tired. We had the choice to make 2 cups, a cup and a plate, or one really big mug, and I decided to make 2 cups. I'm pretty sure the cup on the right will survive firing, but I think the cup on the left, I think it's gonna crack or explode because it's pretty thin on the top and like really thick at the bottom, but I will find out in March whenever they mail them to us. So they didn't fire them, of course, the day that we were there. They're just gonna ship them to all of us. After making the pottery, we had a little bit of time left over to tour the old firing kiln and the pottery shop. The kiln was damaged in the 2008 earthquake, but they chose to keep it around for its historical significance. Now, for the sake of time and manpower, they use modern kilns. All the pottery in the store was made in the local studio by various artists. It was all really pretty. it was like midday. So our next stop was lunch at a local soba place. We had cold soba that was paired with hot sake. This was my first time eating soba. Everything was really good. We were gonna see the granite quarry, but because of the weather, we had to scratch that. So instead, our tour guides just gave us a presentation over the quarry. So the granite purifies the water that's around it, and that water is what's used by the local sake brewery to make their sake. The master of the brewery still processes the rice grains by hand instead of using machines like most companies do nowadays. He also grows his own sake rice in the summer because he wants complete control of the production process. After the tour of the brewery, we got to do a sake tasting. During the tasting, they gave us dinner. It had a lot of like cultural dishes, but I was still pretty full from the soba, so I didn't eat much of it during the tasting. The brewery set up a tasting game, and this part was actually pretty fun. So there were 3 bottles of sake that were labeled that we got to taste and write down notes about the flavors. Then there were 3 unlabeled bottles of sake, or they were labeled ABC, and we had to try to match the unlabeled bottles with the bottles that we had just tried. And naturally, I got all 3 correct. Unexpectedly, they gave us prizes if we could guess so many of them right. So if you got 1 or 2 of them correct, they gave you like a sake cup. And then if you got all 3 correct, they gave you one of the sake bottles that you could purchase at the shop. And the sake that I won was this one. It had a really cute name, and I don't remember it right now. I think it had something with bubbles or something in it, but the bottle is really cool and it tastes really good. I actually got to try it during the tasting. It's like kind of lightly sweet, light in flavor and smooth. It has some of the like solid rice still in it. It's not like crunchy or grainy or anything like that. It is really smooth. I don't know, I haven't had a reason to drink it, so I haven't yet. The tour was honestly worth. I really liked getting to experience Japanese culture and especially local Ibaraki culture. And it's something I would love to do again. Like, I'm a really hands-on, crafty kind of person, and I also really love trying new things. So getting to do another experience like this would be so much fun. Experiencing traditional Japanese culture and culture in general was actually one of the reasons why I wanted to come to Japan. Towards the end of January, Amy and I went to the family restaurant called Gusto's. Family restaurants are like, I think if I was going to merge a diner with Japanese comfort food, it'd be like a family restaurant, like a Denny's or an IHOP, except a little bit nicer in like cleanliness. They're doing a collaboration right now with the anime movie Spy Family Code White. I do watch this show, and I'm a sucker for themed things, so we bought some of the dishes that came with the random folders.
Faith is opening the first one. I'm gonna end up singing before you do. Oh, it has fond on it.
That's so cute. Okay, one down.
That's a good one.
We got 2, so.
Okay, and it's brown.
You pick one.
Okay, this one.
Okay.
Ooh.
I didn't see all of the options, so I don't have a favorite one.
Yeah, that's
One
fine.
that I'm hoping for. Ooh, it's blue.
That means it's just.
Oh wait. Let's get all 4.
Last one. Yeah? Yay!
We literally got all 4 of them.
We did! The whole fam. Everyone's here.
I ended January with a final trip to Starbucks with Olivia to try their new frap. It's called an opera. I think an opera is actually a type of cake, but whatever. So Starbucks had 2 versions of it. They had the chocolate version and the white chocolate version. I got the white chocolate one. I really wanted to try the Valentine's Day version with the raspberry sauce, but I was a day too early. As pretty as the frap was with the gold dust on top, it had blended white chocolate chips in it. Because they weren't like melting, it was just kind of like coarse in texture. And I don't know, I think I would have liked it better if it was like smooth. I think I just had high hopes for the drink because of the advertising. So that was my January in Japan. I know I mentioned earlier about getting a Japanese driver's license, and I will make a video about that soon. Next weekend though, I'm going kayaking and I'm super excited about it. I know it's February and it's going to be cold, but that's what makes it exciting. It's a new experience. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!